In one of the recent press conferences organized in Washington at the White House, Trump made profound statements against African leaders. He said that if any African leader after independence, that is over like 50 years ago, after independence, you have not built any necessary infrastructure for your people. And he said that if you are an African leader and your country attained independence 50 years ago and you have not labored to build any necessary infrastructures for your people, are you human? That was Donald Trump's question. Are you human? Donald Trump went on and said, if you sit on gold, diamonds, oil, uranium, iron, copper, silver, magnesium, crude oil, gas, and your people still die of hunger, without health, and with nothing to live on, are you still human? Some of African countries, they have terrible education. So with any country in Africa that is having terrible education, but these leaders keep on, exploiting the resources, natural resources, and they make money. They buy, all sorts of weapons to keep themselves in power, but they cannot improve on the health or education sectors in their country. Donald Trump is asking, are you human? These are questions we always ask every day as citizens of these countries, African countries. We ask such questions to ourselves and to those who are in power. We ask them these questions. Why is it that we don't have good roads? Why is it that our health system is poor? Why is it that people die of hunger? Are we so bad enough like that not to plan for our country? We have countries where climate is very good and favorable for agriculture, but countries in Africa, you find a country in Africa that has 2 seasons, but without a silo. Without a silo, somewhere where they can, keep excess food or surplus and prepare for any disaster coming in future. Only these African countries or African leaders, they wait when a disaster comes. That's when they start coming back to the people they have exploited, then seeking or asking them to help each other in such calamities, in such disasters. Donald Trump is asking, if your people die of hunger, without health, and with nothing to live on, with terrible education, do you feel human? African leaders, do you feel human? If you stay in power, you buy weapons abroad to kill your own citizens, are you human? If you despise and shoot your own citizens like nothing, then who will respect your citizens? If a president can make orders to kill the citizens of his country, who will save them? And these presidents make vows to protect their citizens, but instead they do contrary and make orders to kill these citizens. Are you human? If you become a thief in your own country, stealing all the resources destined for your country, and you see the people in your country, citizens, old, young, youth, They are living a miserable life. They are starving, living in a very poorly environment. Like Donald Trump says, is that genuine humanity? Are you practicing humanity ideas, ideologies? So now some of the African leaders who have been chest thumping, thinking that now the American people have elected a new government in power, that they are now going to ride on the African citizens, they are very mistaken. They have lost it with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, he's crystal clear. He's not going to collaborate. He's not going to work with any African leaders who has not put any infrastructures for his people for quite a period of time, only stealing the resources, buying weapons to make sure that they stay in power, to prolong their stay in power. Such leaders are not human, and such leaders, they don't fit to be leaders in our countries. African leaders, African people, African citizens, let us rise and raise the African voice against such bad leaders. One country that we have been regarding as a new and a strong democracy in Africa is found in East Africa. That is Kenya. And to your surprise, the Kenyan President William Ruto, the Kenyan President William Ruto was among the finalists for the Organized Crime and Corruption Report. He was among the finalists for the Corruption Report, and Crime Report 2024 for the last year. Alongside this Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, together they have been named among the 5 2024 finalists for the Organized Crime and Corruption Report. And this is a project that was designed to always scrutinize, to make research, undercover ground research on leaders who indulge themselves in total and pure corruption. And Kenya's President William Ruto and Nigerian's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerged among the top five, finalists for organized crime and corruption. It is very sad, but as African citizens, we need to rise up to the occasion and demand for our freedoms, our rights, and we say no to leaders who try to put our continent